Good morning, everybody. Not morning. It's not morning at all. That's malfeasance. That's what that is. Pure malfeasance. 'Tis a tissue of lies. It's 5:30 in the afternoon, in the evening even, and we're off on a last-minute camping adventure because we went to Lidl today. You know, Lidl, Lidl, whatever. I don't know what you call it where you're from. That discount German supermarket, Lidl. Here's this morning's Brian to explain why we went to Lidl today.
Good morning, everybody. I've had a lovely couple of days so far this week. Got to hang out with Nick. Got to have a waddle around Paris. And then yesterday I drove home and sort of sat in the sun on my terrace. It was quite warm yesterday. Finished my book. And then this morning I got up and I thought, I'd fancy planting a few bulbs, daffodil bulbs, around my new apple tree. I was looking at it yesterday and I thought that would be quite lovely if there were some bulbs around the base of it. So I'm going to go look and see if I can find some bulbs today. So yeah, today I thought I'd just chill out a bit, get some bulbs from my garden. I'll probably have to get another few bits and bobs and see what happens. I've a zero plan for the day.
So yeah, we went to Lidl and we got some bulbs. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to a Lidl before. It's kind of like IKEA. You go in with the best intentions and then it's all to play for. Like, you go in for a pint of milk and a bag of carrots and you come out with like an angle grinder and a chainsaw. That's kind of what happened to us. I went in looking for bulbs and then I found myself in the middle of Lidl, which is an aisle in the middle of the supermarket where all manner of stuff is assembled. And they had a Parkside tools display there, endorsed by Arnold Schwarzenegger, weirdly enough. Anyway, one of the things old Arnold was pushing was a little electric workshop heater. Tiny little thing, about the size of a shoebox. And I thought, well, if Arnold Schwarzenegger reckons this is worth a punt, I'll give it a go, because he knows a thing or two about machines. So I picked up one of them. And then I brought it home to the workshop, fired it up, and I was pleasantly surprised at the heat it kicked out. So I decided, at about, I don't know, after lunch anyway, I went from, I think just sort of, I don't know, chill out for the evening, not do much, blah, 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 to going, the sun's just come out. Why don't I chuck the bike in the back and head off camping to Lac de Saint-Pardoux? And that's where we're going now. I got everything I need for camping this time, and I'm doubly sure of that. We're heading to a campsite by a lake where we're going to relax for the evening and do sod all. Welcome to Lac de Saint-Pardoux. It's an artificial lake just north of Limoges, and it was created in 1968 as part of a French rural renewal policy. It's the second largest lake in the Haute-Vienne. It covers about 330 hectares. Don't ask me to say that number too many times. And it's second only to Lac Vazevière, which is the one we went to the other week. But unlike Vazevière, which was dammed for use by EDF to generate energy, Lac Vazevière was created completely to develop tourism in the region.
and it's a mecca for it. There's fishermen, there's cycle tracks, there's walking trails, there's campsites, there's little restaurants dotted all around the lake. And in July and August, and I think September, you're allowed to swim in the lake at the various different artificial beaches that have been created around the shore. It's October the 10th now, and it's quite nippy. There's a bit of the sun's out, but there's a nip in that wind, and I wouldn't fancy getting in the water without a wetsuit today. We're about halfway around the trail at the moment, which circumnavigates the entire lake. And I think just behind us, there's like a peninsula which may have a cafe on it, which is good news because I fancy a hot chocolate. It was lovely and warm last night in Pascal with my little heater, but once you stop cycling, the kind of wind hits you and sort of chills you a bit. So I'm going over that way, or we're going over that way, to see if we can find ourselves a hot chocolate. Warm up and sit in the sun maybe, I don't know. So yeah, it's a fisherman about 30 meters offshore just kind of looking at me weirdly, because as far as he's concerned, all he's seeing is a man standing on a beach talking to an upturned bicycle, asking it to love him. Right, come on, hot chocolate. Oh, there's a bite in that wind, I'll tell you. Unfortunately, the cafe place on that little peninsula was closed. So I think what I'll do is I'll get changed, have a look and see what's in the area. See if we can't go find a bit of lunch somewhere. Because it's, what time is it? Where's my watch gone? Never wear a watch when you're mountain biking. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. Loads of time to... I'm going to have a coffee here first and then hit the road and see what's about the place. Because I've only ever driven to the lake sort of directly before to come to the lake. I think specifically this campsite. I've stayed here 3 times now. This is my 3rd time. But I've only ever come to this spot and then gone cycling and stuff. I haven't really explored around the lake and see if there's any little towns or villages. Like I said, we get the kettle on. Step 1. Step 2, have a look at a map. Step 3, make a plan for the afternoon. Sounds about all right to me. First, I'm going to get changed. Not in front of you, you perverts. Yeah, before I forget, this is the little heater Arnold Schwarzenegger told me to buy. It's a cool little thing. It's quite small. It's not very big, but it does pack a punch. And all it is you can turn the heat up. Hang on, how does it work again? Yeah, you can turn it to fan, which blows out cold air. No use to nobody. Or you can turn it up to hot air. And then you can sort of adjust the temperature on it a bit. It's super. It kicks out a fair whack of heat. And because it's electric, it's just effectively hot air it's kicking out. So you don't have to worry about carbon monoxide fumes or any of that. So it's grand in the morning. You can sort of just turn it on when you wake up. Takes the chill out of Pascal. Then obviously at night, if you're sitting in here watching a movie or whatever, you can have it on low. And it just keeps you nice and toasty. Almost too warm. But you can turn it down a bit. Yeah, I was well toasty last night. I'm very happy with that. Very happy. Thank you, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Good recommendation.
My God, no one has time for that. It's a stove. It's not... How hard can it be? So, screw that for that. Thus. Not that much. And you put water in, but not past that vent hole. So up to about there. We're not doing Brian's sparkling water coffee this morning because I had the good sense to get normal water. Right, and that goes in like that. Top done. And then this bit goes on top. Like that. And what you do is you put it on there, press the button. Hey. And the idea is the water here boils, rises through the spout, but on the way through the spout it passes through the coffee, so it sort of forces the water up the funnel
under the coffee, into the coffee, and then up the other funnel, and then into the pot. And you get very strong, tasty coffee. That's the idea of it anyway. It's a very hipster way of making coffee on a campsite. Not entirely comfortable with it. Then if you want to go full hipster, get some Madeleines. Never go full hipster. Oh, see it pouring out there now? Yes, tasty, tasty coffee. And then when it's full, I think the steam blows out here and kind of tells you it's done. It starts spitting, so you'll hear it. Okay, so I'd say that's cooked. Hot as lava that thing's gonna be. Now, full disclosure, this was in my camping equipment in my workshop for about a year, and I took it into the house, the other week, and I cleaned it. I have no idea what this coffee is going to taste like, if I can get it into the cup without making a horrific mess. It might taste like absolute rat poison, but it might be alright. A warm liquid not entirely unlike coffee. It'll do me. Right. Have this, get tidied up, and hit the road.
Ton petit.
Oh,
Alors c'est Kid.
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 Little kid. So I gotta go. So I'll say thank you very much for watching yesterday's vlog thing. I think there's something happening tomorrow. Not entirely sure what it is because I can't remember. But if there is something happening, you're more than welcome to come along. So thanks very much. And I'll see you soon.